I really wish I could. Okay, yes, here it is. I wanted to introduce you to him. Thank you, then let's get started. Okay, hello, greetings to everyone with lots of love. I am Albert Bernat, Anna Maria, and Petra the Great is my sponsor. I can thank him for letting me know about these wonderful products. I have been working with different product lines for practically 22 years. This is how they find me, maybe because I am a healer, and many people would like to, what if I spread the word about their palate, and this is the first one with which I achieved a truly remarkable result. Because I've been struggling with perimenopausal symptoms for 11 to 2 years. So my hormones are fluctuating back and forth, and I've tried all sorts of miracle methods. It's been a month now. We have a Ventum machine in our possession, and I use it every day. Although it was said, it never reached my ears that there should be a pause in it. And after a month of regular use, my symptoms are improving. These are insomnia at night, mood swings, including a very serious one. Maybe I can share it here, sorry for the apologies from the men, but they probably have a partner. This is the atrophy of the mucous membrane of the vagina. And it all turned around and stopped, so thank you very much. That I can be a part of this miracle thanks to the preparations, or rather, it wasn't my creation, it was specifically a Ventum machine, and I've been using the sanitary pad for 10 days, and he was the result, so thank you very much. And is there anyone else here who would like to share their experiences? And that's my husband, so I'll give it to him if you allow me to do so. Thank you very much. Thank you. Hello, I'm Albert. Hi, sorry for confusing you like this, but maybe this is the easiest way. Well, obviously we both use this machine, and I have a problem with the lighting. I have been struggling with a public lighting problem since the end of June. And I have to say, I only have one kidney, and my blood results related to this are always the same. They were poor, and we have been using Ventum since the 1st of August, the end of July. And this week on Wednesday, I had a blood test. And my blood results were as follows. That the doctors said these cannot be restored to normal values. This can only be maintained at a level, now this is a GFR, for kidney function. My driver value was around 75, and this brings it back to 90, which is the minimum value, and I am very confident that this will only increase. So I am very, very happy with this machine, and I have a lot of confidence in it. That I will achieve further progress in all other things. So I wish everyone similar successes and results. I welcome the opportunity, hello? So we really hope that this will continue to improve for you. I would like to ask that if you would describe these experiences, and then even if it is without a name, or with a name, as you like, because these are really such breakthrough results, which I think could help a lot of people. I would like to ask Anamari. Anamari, one more question. What was your experience with deposits, and how was it? Practically nothing special, X. I use sanitary pads, it's just that they're like this. Weird. I had these stabbing feelings in my lower abdomen. Anyway, if we put it that way, but nothing special. So order was restored nicely, so to speak. Which I'm really, really happy about. Yes, this also causes problems for a lot of women. So we can help a lot of people with this. Thank you very much for saying this and sharing it with us. We thank you too. I just put on the glasses for about 10 to 15 minutes, and it goes away. And I am an algopyrin maniac. And now I've replaced it with this amazingly beautiful eyeglass frame, so that's a plus too. Then please report this too, because even everyone, a lot of people have headaches anyway, yes. the next one who can share a good experience with us. Now I will confer the following experience. For the lady who will share fantastic experiences. For me, he is a very serious authority, and I really look up to him and admire his work. Allow me to say a few words about it. Her name is Henny. She studied child psychology and worked at the Miskolc Children's Hospital, Drive, with Professor Laszlo Welkei. She became interested in massage after the age of 40 as a possible method of stress relief. First, he mastered therapeutic massage, then other massage techniques, and chiropractic. Landscape massage became true love, which became a World Heritage Site in 2020. Of 2023, I don't know if I'm saying it right, I am, or I don't know how to say, ordered by prayer, at the World Championships in Copenhagen, received the first prize in the Best Fairness category. In the video category, he has been teaching landscape massage, Maderotherapy, for years, and now the massage is being prepared with great love to promote the device and teach how to use it. Please welcome Arvai Heaney from Gyori with great love. Hello, I greet everyone too. Well, I've been studying massage for almost 15 years now because unfortunately I'm approaching 60 and I'm in a lucky position that we started using the therapy devices in 2 salons, such as Cell Activator, such as Ventrung, such as the BM device, as well as those products which can be taken orally or used in other ways. And since I meet 30, 40, 50 people on a daily basis, and since a few years ago, thank God I have a lot of guests who have been coming to us for a very long time. So I am aware of the problem most of them have, which is their health problem. And so I recommend these devices to them with great love. And every time I get really excited too, what results we can achieve. I will be very happy to share it with you because I will be among those who will have 10, 15, 20 experiences every day, and I'm very happy to document these. Also in the form of a photo, if possible, a high blood pressure. I can't take a picture yet, but maybe there is a way to do it, and if it happens, I'll make it happen, I swear. And I would be very happy to hear your experiences if you take a photo of it, because there are so many people who are injured, who was promised that this thing could do this, not our products, but products from other companies, and they trust much more. That's what I believe when I see it. This is true, especially if it's clear that it wasn't generated by AI, because we now have to fight this too, and this is certainly real. So this week, I'm sorry about the technical issues with my husband. I really don't understand Goko, but my husband does. So we made this Whieda Gjormesen Sopron County page. Welcome to the Varmagi side, and we look forward to seeing you there. This is a group. If you ask if you want to join, then of course, we will welcome you because we regularly upload our experience there, photos, but I'll also send them to Sophie, and you can also find these photos on his page. The one we posted this week was about an 8-year-old girl. First of all, I have to say that the little girl's mother is a pharmacist. The eczema on his hands, which is clearly visible in the first photo, that it is sore, painful, red, inflamed. This is hard for an adult to bear, let alone an 8-year-old child. The pharmacist's father had tried everything he could for these or this problem, and even those didn't really work for the child, which usually works for others, and that's when I came with Cell Activator. It is not recommended to use our vent under the age of 10. I am just as cautious about the Cell Activator, but I told my mother this, and she agreed. that the 8-year-old girl starts using the device for a few minutes a day. As it is written, prepared. Preparing the organization, because if we don't use a cell activator the way it's supposed to, it won't work. And they'll say it's useless, it's just like a curling iron or like a hair dryer. You should start treatment on the soles for 5 to 5 minutes. You shouldn't skimp on this, because otherwise it won't work if we don't leave it out. Then it produces fantastic results, something that people who have learned to do, who have worked in healthcare for many years, and there are many known solutions to a problem. None of them work, and then suddenly this one works. Obviously, from then on, the man has a winning case. Because it will reach a lot of people. I say this especially to all those who use Ventung and other devices. So maybe they are serious about Whieda products. And I don't just want to use this for my own use. The second photo shows the result after 3 days of use. After 3 days, the inflammation had completely subsided, the water had stopped flowing, and there were still visible traces of it. But the child would not have suffered if we had only achieved this much. That's already a huge result, but after 3 weeks of use, 5 minutes, 5 minutes for both palms, 5 minutes, 5 minutes for both soles, and then the arms came on both sides for 5 minutes each. For adults, this can take up to 30 minutes. They didn't use it any more than that for a child. This little girl learned it at the age of 8. That without medication, in a natural way, what a big deal this is in a child's life. That despite being a pharmacist, the parent doesn't teach the child to take the pills because it will help, but it will teach you that there are other methods. He is already treating himself with hot water consumption, so he sits there, as the mother said, asks for his warm water, sits down where he usually sits, and then he starts treating himself. So this is the third photo, which is also above, I think Sophia, we sent it to you too, right? Yes, I see. Yes, it's in the third photo. To stain the skin. Our skin is not a forgiving organ. So, unfortunately, the spots remain for a long time. The faint spot is visible. That there was ever something there. 3 weeks ago, the story begins. So I can recommend this with such a warm heart to a child. For adults, feel free to use photos. Show me. From now on, I think there's nothing to talk about. If someone resists even then, there's not much we can do about them, because it was so effective on this problem. According to Mom, we haven't had a psoriasis patient yet. It's a bit of a pain, but it's a viral one. Skin symptom, very stubborn and incurable, but if you had such an experience, then I'm very, very, very receptive to it. It causes problems for a lot of people, for example, on the scalp and other areas of the body. Then also the experience with the cell activator. We also have 2 ladies aged 70 to 80 who use it. Yes, they bought the cell activator, took it home, and used it in the given way. At the age of 70 to 80, one would think that we're not that vain, and it's really good that it's like that, and I love them for that. Fortunately, they are okay. So blood pressure is fine, heart is fine, kidneys are fine, lungs are fine. That's what's bothering him, that his skin is full of hairline cracks. After a week, both of them don't even know each other independently. They reported it, and I asked them to take a photo. We will have photos like this. I will upload them immediately. Because we contact you by phone, I always take photos of the initial state. And then when it's really spectacular, then I will put it together with the periods in between, because it shows how patient we need to be. Not to give up. If after a week there are still no great results, if after 2 weeks there is still no great result, because in the 3rd week all of a sudden the results come, and it certainly won't get any worse. So And I ask everyone not to use anything else at this time. So if you used an ointment like this before, which was intended to shrink dilated capillaries, then pause it for a bit so we can see it clearly. What can a cell activator do? Rosacea. Rosacea mainly bothers people on the face, at least for me. I'm going out, be very careful, you can achieve beautiful results with it, but use the device with your eyes closed. Do not treat the area around the thyroid gland with it, because it is not allowed to treat the area around the thyroid gland with cell activator rosacea itself by moving it there. Do not use with eyes closed and for more than 5 to 6 minutes. Not at all if you warm up your feet and palms first. Then it will be much faster and much more efficient. Ventung on the Ventung device at our place every day. I've been using these devices for 2 months, I would say. That's when I bought the first such device. We are now working with 4 devices. We do 5 to 6 treatments a day. These are 30-minute treatments. And our most significant experiences on a daily basis. And 10 times out of 10, believe me when I say this. Unfortunately, I won't be able to take a photo of this, but 10 times out of 10 it starts with blood pressure optimization. What does this mean? If it was high, it will take it down. If it was low, it will take it up. How does a Ventum device know what it is? No, the Ventum device doesn't know that. The Ventum device senses that. Because it has a vasodilating effect, you want to expand it to the optimal size. But if it exceeds, then you put it together, it narrows it all together. If it is narrow, it widens it. That the blood flow, so the speed of blood flow is that which he begins to influence. In this case, 10 to 10. That's exactly what it means for someone who has low blood pressure. So they went in there with a blood pressure of 94. I don't even understand how they managed to bring me here because I don't even know. At this time, I usually sleep 94. Or I don't know what to do with so much. He arrives with a blood pressure of 94, 119, after the 30-minute treatment. Of course, this doesn't mean we're throwing away our hoe, ready to go. We are, but we also have experience in such a case who responds so well from a blood pressure of 170 to 126 in 30 minutes. And this is more and more such extraordinary reactions. There are times when such high blood pressure drops by only 10 to 15 units. But in any case, it shows the striving for balance, and you will understand this for anyone. Feel free to measure your blood pressure before treatment. Of course, follow the hot water instructions. The body needs to take in warm water. Our bodies should not be shocked by the heat generated by the machine. The body will receive it through the meridian points, right? Don't forget that it's your first time, so gradualism. That for the first time, we only treat the soul, and then it will bring the result 10 times out of 10, for anyone. You will show it to him, he will stare in amazement, and when he goes for the 6th treatment, write to yourself every time, what was the blood pressure before treatment? And what was it like after? These are numbers. No one will argue with them. There's no point. And there you can see gradually at the 6th treatment with Uncle Coleman with a blood pressure of 170. We got to the point where we started with 145 at the beginning of the 6th treatment and he went home with 139. So I'm pretty sure about the blood pressure problem. If someone uses it consistently, then you need to contact your cardiologist very soon because your medications need to be adjusted, and tell your doctor what he uses, and if the doctor is interested, then direct him to Sprazofi, the doctor, because then he will show her. There is already an example of this. It piqued the cardiologist's interest, and we have already contacted him. I'm shooting because I can say more, or I can stop. I don't think you should stop, because you should definitely not stop. And afterwards, if you have any questions, very welcome, in a list format. Because I say, so I am in a lucky position that I can observe the changes not only in myself and my husband and my family, but of people who have problems like this, which we don't have, and I'd never know if it's good for this. And then we have a 70-year-old guest. I've known her for 11 years. She's been coming to us for massage therapy for 11 years. It's about a woman who worked in a workplace where that one of the machines unfortunately amputated his fingers, so in a form like this, roughly it follows like this. Obviously his veins have also narrowed. His skin is constantly numb. This has been since the accident happened, and she comes to us for a massage once a week to get these veins. Keep your nerves and everything else under control, right? Keep it and treat it continuously, sometimes for a day or two. There is no numbness, but it will come back later. The Ventum treatment came to us as that he called me, that he had his neck down, and that was how his neck was. I said he hasn't been able to move it for a week and a half. I told her, my dear, go to the salon, the colleagues will do it. But it got worse. Well, when a condition like this gets worse after a massage, that always means there is inflammation. And massage is not good for inflammation. That's when I suggested to him to come over to the other salon and let's see what our new machine is capable of. He sat through a half-hour treatment, and while he sat through the half-hour treatment, meanwhile, I was talking to another lady about the insole. I told her that it would be the end of the treatment. I'll tell you what it is, just sit still. I told the insole, the lady I told. He also said that he would like such an insole, let's order it. And it piqued Psyche's interest so much that he said that such a tall he is not interested here. And in the meantime, he took his foot off the machine because the treatment was over and we started talking about the insole and I told him to listen. And anyway, your neck, my neck, it doesn't hurt at all anymore. With 30 minutes of treatment, he relieved his inflammation. It's certain that it didn't completely cure the inflammation in 30 minutes, but the 1.5-week one-way trip is worth it. A very strong blocking effect, and as inflammation started to ease up, he didn't even notice it was you again, so he ran around like this. So he ran to the salon and did this, I can move my head, so he immediately said that he still wanted this treatment, and after the 5th treatment he said that he noticed after the 2nd treatment that his hand was no longer numb. Vasodilation, so that your hands don't go numb. But now, after the 5th treatment, I can now say it. That she hasn't come back since then, so it's a 70-year-old lady. Not about a young girl who can have everything sorted out in 3 minutes. Because even his body can withstand everything. But we are also talking about people of this age group, but just to give another example, 30-year-old woman. Does manual labor. He has a vegetable shop, and he's always lifting big crates of vegetables, right? And a large lump formed in the middle of the back. Unfortunately, our masseur who treated him, he thought it was a big lump of muscle and started to work it apart. He didn't recognize the problem. Well, it was a lump of fat, which unfortunately cannot be fixed with massage, and in fact, the area around it has become inflamed, and so his pains doubled. That's when I put him on it, or rather I put him on it, or I don't even know what to say about the Ventum device now that I'm young. That's why I took it on? But I warn you against this. There are doctors, naturopaths in the group. People who treat many people. I am sure in one case, so that you can contact one of us. Don't do this without consulting, so I'll just say that after knowing your health condition, I asked more questions about this and made sure that the lady has no illness. There is no metal in his body. You know what to look out for. So since he had this lump in the middle of his back, I used a waist stone on it for the first time, and even started the treatment with a 4. But by the end of the 30 minutes, I gradually increased it to 7. At the end of the treatment, the pain was completely gone. I asked him to find me, and then let me press him, so that he could feel pressure now. My dear, believe it or not, even if it wasn't a lump of fat, I could barely find its place after 30 minutes of treatment. And a week later he called that within a week, whatever was left was gone. I've been thinking about how this is possible ever since. It wasn't a very big lump of fat, and it was deeper under the skin. So it's not yet the time when it sticks out like this. Very big, it's so spectacular. But it's a hot spot. Therapy, it warms you to the bone. Fat, well, fat is what usually melts. When we heat treat it, it's practically completely logical what happened. With just one treatment, don't expect it to make you bigger. Someone has a coarser, longer-standing lump of fat, then we'll just sit on this device and merge the whole thing. But feel free to try it, and feel free gradually adjust the second one to suit your health condition. For the third and fourth time, up to 7, and feel free to use a waist stone. And feel free to use that additional treatment head, which is, say, the upper part of the cervical vertebra. It brilliantly dissolves the calcification that has accumulated there. It practically starts for most people over 30, and there are none over 45 whose vertebrae are not calcified to some extent. Well, I wrote a lot more, but maybe someone else would like to talk. So much. Let me ask you, really, if you have any experience. Then take a photo and share it with all of us. I now have photos of 2 very rough hammer toes who bought insoles from us, and about a very spectacularly ugly cam. So if these things come to fruition, I will immediately. So if there is even a small result, I will show it. And then I gradually fill it up, and there is a young lady who stepped on a stingray in the sea. A stingray bite can be fatal. He got away with it. That he had knocked out the synovial fluid on the top of his foot, and it turned into this big ganglion, or ganglioma, I don't know how you know it, when the synovial fluid pushes the joint fibers apart, and there it strengthens and binds almost like a bone. They usually cut this out, so they can only do this with surgery. But I, emboldened by a lump of fat, I told this guest, because this one has been on his leg for 4 months, and you won't find a doctor who is willing to do this, considering that it is not by force, but it was caused by an injection of poison, by an injection. Ventung is a cell cleaner, right? Who will clean it for him there. I've had 1 treatment so far. I took a photo, so at that moment, as soon as I have a photo proving the change, I will share it with you immediately. I promise. Okay, thank you very much. I would like to ask that when you use Ventug, you also use this little lead part. Approximately, practically the same, so we either use a waist stone or that little part. I have only used it for people with calcified necks. We set the strength on the machine, right? We always start with 4, and as we raise the machine, its strength also increases. So up to a fiber like this, I usually do, because it's still close to the head, although no, not exclusive, so I haven't read anything yet that says you can't put it near your head, just as it is clearly stated in the case of, say, cell activator, to treat the thyroid gland with it. So we usually use it in 5s and 6s, and we usually alternate colors. When we treat the sole with the device, and then you can switch between infrared and ultraviolet, right? I'll replace this halfway, and the plasma will go through these treatments. So I don't think you can go wrong with this. I don't have any special evidence for this. whether it would be red or blue. No, I can't show you. If I have such an experience, I take it very, very seriously because I really enjoy learning these things. Oh, I left out a very important thing, a massage device. Well, I'm dealing with that a lot right now because of my educational preparation, right? From October, education will be available in Georgie. First the elementary level, and then we're preparing for the secondary level. And maybe we'll even get to higher education someday, which only for professionals, so only for masseurs. And higher level, only for those with a medical massage qualification. I think you can achieve such fantastic results, even with a bachelor's degree. I now have a masseuse colleague who bought the device and a very well-known masseur. There's no place for him in this life. It has a ready-made guest list, and it will be the same after 2 weeks of use. After 2 weeks of use, he told me the following. I am now sure that this device can be used to solve tennis problems. Now, anyone who has had tennis elbow knows exactly what it is. That this is such an almost unbelievable thing. Because tennis elbow usually ends with surgery. I know there is an alternative way to solve it. Among my 9 masseuse colleagues, there is one colleague who can do this process in short about 15 times. Adult people go as far as crying because it is such a profound, directly penetrating, stretching joints. Terrible pain, but since you feel it after every occasion that it gets better, that's why they always come back. Now he's against it, and he doesn't want surgery, so just put up with it. In contrast, with this bioenergetic massage device, the gloved one, with the glove massage part of the penis. Not with Madero or not with heat therapy, not with a cup, but with a glove massage. With minimal pain. It's more of an unpleasant feeling, but if you've ever used it, you know that the thing vibrates so much at the elbow and set a little higher, 12 to 15 strength. I have it, which is convenient and easy to handle with one arm and one shoulder. Pleasant for treating tennis elbow. It should be used at a strength of 25 to 30. So this technique needs to be learned. Where to reach, where to hold, how long to hold, but in a relatively short time. And this colleague has already experienced this, and on her own elbow, this is fantastic. This is for anyone who does massage or has had tennis elbow. You know that this is a trump card. That with this, I think, many such machines will find their owners. And I didn't even talk about the rest then, now really. Yes, these are fantastic experiences, almost unbelievable. This is a lump of fat. This is really... I can't believe it now, yes, and it wasn't someone saying this. This is me. I apologize, I understand a little bit, but I can tell a lump of fat from a lump of muscle with complete certainty. Or other physical symptoms. Fantastic, so the guest described it to me. And by the way, I will ask them on our site to name these things, right? Someone's face is visible on Messenger. His name, so that he is not a fictional person, that these things are being written down and will be written down. Because they are so grateful, they wrote to me in a private message, I can't believe that you are the best, that this is how it ended, and that I've been wanting to call you for days. I've just always worked so hard, and now I'm writing it down, sometime at 10 p.m. Rating, and then, well, that was a good day when such an enthusiastic guest ends his speech like this. So this is what I wish for all of you, so that you have many such experiences, because you can feed off of them. This is definitely a great success in every way. Okay, thank you very much, and I think so that you can listen to this recording again because it's worth listening to again. I will listen to it again. Thank you very much, Henny. And then we will continue this exchange of experiences. Okay, I want to ask who still has experience this week. It could even be with nutritional supplements because you tend to say less with them. Hello, can I share an experience or two? Okay, we're here, we're listening. I can say 3 things. I started going to Slegged, I'm building there. And here there is a naturopath, a therapeutic masseuse, a sports masseuse, a simple lady who used to be a networker. Slogan, let's see what this technology can do. And this happened last Friday. I'm in Slegged every Friday. We start treating at 5 o'clock. So the device usually runs from 5 a.m. to 9 p.m. We have a device, and customers are coming in line, and they exchange. I keep the pre-roar, he stands up, the 30-minute treatment goes down, and every now and then they switch places. And this lady, a masseuse lady from Hodnazovasare, he had a torn Achilles tendon 2.5 years ago, which was a very unpleasant experience. After all, she works as a masseuse from 8 in the morning until 8 in the evening. His legs get pretty tired. And just like that, he wondered what this machine could do to solve a problem. This was last week, Friday. He started the treatment at 6 a.m., a half-hour treatment, and said it was very pleasant, then moved to the other chair, and then around 8 o'clock we came to that I started sharing product experiences, and the lady asks if she can say something. She stood up in front of him, made a circle. Can he tell me about a product experience? That it's just starting out, what kind of product experience it could be. And he said that the half-hour treatment, thanks to that, the stabbing, unpleasant pain has disappeared, where the Achilles tendon was problematic. So from the very first minute, he said he was interested in the Ventum device. Buy a cell activator and add a device to it. Because the patients already have soldiers, police officers. He massages them at the Horlemzo market, and everyone is waiting for him to bring them this miracle device. The lady starts with a golden triangle there, so it's a very good story. The other, this masseuse's girlfriend, whoever brought it, he was at the lecture again this Friday. And he says, imagine, I noticed I shaved my armpits. There was such a sebaceous gland. After a single 30-minute treatment, he says. Sebaceous gland disappeared, and I say, this is very good, we will write this down, and then I had a similar sebaceous gland on my left side. I say, it's over, I'll see what the story is. There is none, the meat disappeared, it went to soup, so 3, so that's why I say, how does heat therapy work story? And here he was. Today, this gentleman named Jodzi Takax was here with me again, and he just said so beautifully that diabetes that starts like this, and there are the black ones with mushroom legs. They turned such a beautiful pink, and he said he was just starting. Set activator, and I said, Jodzi, then please take a picture of it. It doesn't itch. No, my skin isn't that ugly, I said. Please take a photo of it. And the man was very happy and started telling everyone about it, how good it is, and today a person has already turned it on who has the same ulcer problem. They're supposedly bringing him here to Sombathli tomorrow for the performance, and that next week, Sunday, I will be in Sombathli again. That he will come next Sunday and try out the Bentun preparation. So I think it's very useful. We do activities and provide information to people. So I just like to say thank you that I can be here and use this machine and device. We also thank you for telling us this, sharing it with us, and keep it up. And everyone takes the photos if I have the chance. It's really much more authentic to have an experience. Is there anyone else who wants to speak? I would like to tell you then. Which cities are starting and where you can attend an open information session. Open information sessions are held continuously in Budapest, now several times a week. Every week, now on Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday, in Budapest, they are open. So now it's going to Glior, right? There will be information sessions in Debrecen, Nyíregyháza, Miskolc. From Mezőkövesd Tud, PayX started. We are planning a launch in Békéscsaba. There will be an open information session in Szombathely tomorrow. Then Siófok Veszprém, and I don't know what I missed. But approximately like this: Siófok Veszprém and the Church of Kiskunfel. As I saw, it's out there, the page. The flyers are out, with details about every event, either as an event or as a flyer, or both, so we'll share it multiple times. On the 10th, massage course and device operator course. So the official form, so this is already married to 12 people. We are already organizing the 17th, which will be held by Sanyi Krisan. Sandor Krisan will hold it. He is a therapeutic massage therapist and is very skilled and has an expert eye, expert touch. Will keep you in business. They have a lot of experience. They've been doing this for a long time, so anyone who can and hasn't been to a course yet, or if you want to repeat, be sure to register by the 17th. Because there are still places for the 17th, we are preparing for the Debrecen massage course, and there will also be a massage course in Nyíregyháza, and then we will organize new training courses in Budapest again. But those who know the 17th use it. Okay, and tomorrow Zoom, from 7 p.m. there will be a marketing Zoom, on Wednesday a product Zoom, and on Sunday you will again focus on the product experience. I would like to thank everyone for their participation, especially those who these epoch-making and completely surreal sounding, but real cases were shared with us tonight. And tell as many people as possible, spread the word, share it, invite them to the pages, because these are really results that, which I'm not sure anyone else would do this, can be reached according to presence. So thank you very much everyone for participating, and have a very nice evening and peaceful good night. Thank you. Have a good meal.